Do your best Rocky impression.
Hey, yo, Adrian, I got this ball, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm just bouncing, and you're not here anymore, so.
The holidays are here, and that means a ton of movies are coming out.
A bunch.
A bunch.
A cornucopia.
Oh my God.
Nailed it. That's the end of the show.
Anyways, we are here, and we're joined by a special guest. This is Hannah. She's from our digital team, and she's here to talk about one of the movies we're talking about two.
Yep.
Who wants to go first? It's kind of like a sequel showdown.
Ours is more like an epic, so I feel like we should go first. And we're seeing Creed 2, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that. And y'all saw Wreck-It Ralph too.
Well, it's actually Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Well,
I don't want to get into
specifics.
So,
it's a sequel.
It's a sequel showdown, like I said. So I guess we'll start with Creed 2.
Roll the clap.
Roll it.
Victor Drago, son of Ivan Drago, who infamously killed Apollo Creed, appeared today to issue a challenge to Adonis Creed.
Don't do this.
I ain't got a choice.
That's the same thing your father said, and he died right here in my hands.
There's a lot to say, but I'm going to let you go first and you say what you want.
To me personally, I thought it was better than Creed 1. I don't know how many people will agree with me, but I just thought that it was a lot more heart-wrenching than the first one was.
Yeah.
It really referred to the old Rockies better than the first one did, I thought.
I don't agree that it's better than the first, obviously, but I still think it's a good movie. The first Creed movie was about, like, you know, accepting loss and, like, getting over stuff. And this one's, like, about fatherhood and being a new dad. It really got to me. By the end, I was like, you know, I say this about every single movie apparently, but I was crying.
A lot of movies, like, it takes a lot for me to, like, really just tear up in because I'm just not, like, a big crier. But that one, like, it really, like, and it might just be, you know, the fact that it's Thanksgiving and family and all that stuff, and this is the good time to go see it because, you know, it is about a lot about family.
Yeah, it's a perfect movie. Well, I mean, all the Rocky movies, like, you could marathon all of these and just be, like, a ball fest the whole time. What did you think about, like, the Drago storyline?
I think it played really well off of, like, Creed himself because it was kind of, I don't want to throw any spoilers out there, but it was kind of opposite. Like, a lot had to do with, you know, Creed and his dad, and a lot had to do with Drago and his mom. So I really thought that played off very well together, like, throughout the movie. And of course that just made it even more sad too. Rocky
IV is more, it was during the Cold War era. And so everyone was like, oh, this is USA versus Russia. But this is not that. This is more about, you know, like I said, fatherhood. So it's about Drago accepting his loss and, like, becoming an actual dad instead of just like, I'm doing hate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
You don't feel like you hate anybody in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
You understand everybody's motives, and you get, like, Victor's motive. He's like, okay, he grew up without a mother, and his father's told him, like, okay, this is what you have to do to get your mother back, and it doesn't work. And I'm spoiler. Don't watch this part, Jamie.
Don't watch it.
It's very emotional driven movie, like you said earlier. It's kind of heartbreaking, but at the same time it's heartwarming because it comes around at the end, and Milo Ventimiglia comes back, and it felt like a This Is Us episode at the end. It's just like, you're like, everyone's crying, you're crying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Man. Well, I recommend highly, if you're going to see this one, see Creed 1 for sure, but also go back and watch Rocky 4. That will really get you, like, into, you know, the setting and really just give you, like, a, you know, a refresher. I don't know. I was just more into this movie than I thought I was going to be from when I saw Creed 1, just because, I don't know, I've watched a lot of fights here lately. But it's definitely really good. But as far as criticisms, I don't know. Did you have any that stuck out?
I don't really have any criticisms. It's just like, it felt like a Rocky movie.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing you didn't expect to happen. Everything happened that you expected to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You knew he was going to get knocked down. You knew he was going to get back up. You knew he was going to win. But it's just like, that's why Rocky movies are so great, is because they're not about the storyline. They're about the emotional, what happens to the people and how they react.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And that's great.
Do your best Rocky impression.
Hey, yo, Adrian, I got this ball, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm just bouncing, and you're not here anymore. So, all right, so we're gonna rate it.
Okay.
We're gonna do it on a scale of Yo Adrian.
Okay.
But it's the pitch. So how?
Oh, how high?
High or low?
Okay. So it's high good or
well,
like
you decide. You decide what.
Okay. Let's do low because I feel like best. Better. Yeah, okay. Low is the best. I give it a. Yo, Adrian.
There you go. That's good.
As low as I can go. I give it. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, so the lowest you could go. Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
All right. I would also go very low, and I would say, "Hey, yo, Adrian." Now we're gonna toss it over to JD and Zach. They're gonna talk about the cartoon, and that's it.
Wake up!
Ralph, what is wrong with you?
Start churning butter and put on your church shoes, little sister, because we're about to blast off.
We saw Ralph Breaks the Internet. It's a sequel to 2012's Wreck-It Ralph. Mm-hmm. It's a Disney movie, not a Pixar movie, but it's one of those new Disney animation movies. Mm-hmm. And I love the original.
I never saw it.
You never saw it.
I have no reason I didn't see it. I just didn't see it. I want to see it now.
It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite animated movies.
Hey, would you say it's a fantastic beast?
I would say that it's a fantastic beast, and the fact that Zach hasn't seen it is the real crime of
like it's video game and internet jokes. Like that's awesome.
I mean, it's like right up your alley.
I know.
Right? The story is Ralph and Vanellope from the first movie. They're best of friends. They're hanging out when they can, and then part of Vanellope's game breaks, and they need to go order the part offline because they don't make it online. Did I say offline?
You did say offline, which is the opposite.
No. They get into the internet, and it is just a bunch of eye candy.
Yep, it is very, very pretty.
Twitter, Snapchat,
Pinterest,
Spotify, like you can just catch everything. While there, Vanellope kind of starts feeling like this is where she belongs, and Ralph is like, I can't lose my best friend, and then just all kind of comedy ensues.
I really liked it. It was it continues the Disney trend of really, really dark and like deep themes dressed in a kids movie. Like this, there was some serious abandonment issues and insecurity stuff in
some real reflection moments of
literally.
Yeah. The movie is really good. It's entertaining. Take your kids; they're gonna love it. There's just so much going on. But for me, it just didn't have the same heart as the first one. I cry every time I watch Wreck-It Ralph. The ending, it is like
I cry.
I see Michael looking at me like a weirdo.
Well, but he cried in Creed, so
yeah.
That makes sense. Wreck-It Ralph does not make sense.
There's a moment in the there's two moments in the first Wreck-It Ralph where you sad cry and then you like
happy cry.
Not happy cry, but just like
cute cry.
No, it's like sad crying, but it's like a mixture of like sad and happy crying. You know.
So bittersweet cry.
That's it. It's bittersweet cry. Yeah.
Like the end of Toy Story 3.
Yes. My biggest worry going into this movie was kind of realized it's a movie called Ralph Breaks the Internet, which is a 2 or 3 year old joke at this point anyways.
It is. Oh yeah, there were some old jokes.
It's just this movie is not gonna. It'll still be funny and cool to watch later, but it will not age well.
Not at all.
And there are jokes that people will not get. There's some YouTube stars that pop up.
Yeah, like the annoying lady, I forgot her name.
Miranda Sings.
Miranda Sings shows up for half a second.
There's a great moment of like Disney and Marvel and Star Wars that was
the best part.
It was a fun moment, but then you realize you're like, in 5 years this will all be irrelevant. I think I wanted more. I feel like there was a good chance. Of the first movie, it's about accepting who you are and not letting like a title bother you or like what other people say bother you. And I feel like they missed out on a great chance to branch out on that, especially with the internet. And they had like an opportunity to say something really profound about the internet and the way they try, but it's so fast and and I'm just like they had their one story they were going for. But I feel like sometimes it missed it.
I thought the part where like they released a trailer where it was just the Disney princess. Yeah, that still kills me.
Oh,
it's so funny.
I would say go see it. It's a good family film, and
I enjoyed it.
Yep.
And
you don't have to for Zach and follow Zach's lead. You don't even have to watch the first one. Just show up. Lowest is
low Adrian.
You go.
Low
you go
Yo
first.
Adrian is good. I go Yo Adrian.
I go like a.
Fine.
I go like a. Yo, Adrian. You know,
that's higher than mine.
It's just. It's a little higher.
Ridiculous.
It's just. I just love Wreck-It Ralph so much.
And it kind of disappointed.
And it hurts a little bit. A lot to think about. A lot to consider.
In the brain.
Yeah. Emotional weight.
Yeah.
Emotional weight.
I feel like we've become an instant family here.
Yes.
We didn't see it.
I know. But you can. And you can go see Creed. You can go see Wreck-It Ralph, Fantastic Beasts, Boy Erased if you're looking for a good cry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
that's it for us.
Yeah, we're done. All right.
Bye.
Whether you're watching a boxing epic, a fun kids movie, Instant Family, perhaps, with Mark Wahlberg.